What's up, fight fans? Welcome to my channel. This is Johnny, and in today's video we're going to be going over the statistics that nobody talks about when mentioning this weekend's world title fight at 126 pounds in Japan between the champion Angelo and the challenger, former champion Tomoki Kameda. Guys, before I continue, I want to say thank you to all the new fans, all the new subscribers. I want to say thank you to everybody who's been tuning in since day one. If you haven't already, could you please hit subscribe? Also, like this video and go down to the bottom of the screen right now, hit the bell notification button so you can be notified every time I put something out that's new. Thank you. All right, guys, our boxing journey so far this week has taken us from the UK. We've gone over the Terry Harper world title fight in Doncaster. We've covered the Maxie Hughes versus Archie Sharp fight, and right now we land in Japan with a world title fight between the champion Leo and the challenger Kameda. Guys, this is an interesting matchup between a former champion and a newly minted champion. This will be Leo's first defense of a world title that he won back in August with a knockout of the year candidate, late round, 10th round, beautiful left hook knockout. This guy has a lot of energy and hype about him. They only have a few years of age difference between the two, but in terms of professional experience and rounds, Kameda seems like he's been boxing far longer. Kameda comes from a boxing family. His brothers are world champions. His father, when Kameda was 15 years old, had the wherewithal to move him to Mexico to learn the sport of boxing, the Mexican style. So Kameda's a guy who speaks fluent Spanish. His nickname is Mexicanito. So there's a lot of interesting storylines within this fight. With Kameda, you see an aggressive style on the front foot. Doesn't have knockout power, but he has a lot of knockouts. And with his opponent, the champion, Leo, he wouldn't be considered a puncher either. But as we saw in his last fight, he has pop that carries late as well. So in this video, we're gonna be going over both guys' careers, both guys' resumes. We're gonna talk a little bit about how they go about their business. Also, stay tuned to the end of the video. That's where I'll be giving you my prediction. We'll go over those Las Vegas odds, and I'll be telling you where to put your money. Right now, guys, I want to take a closer look at what's at stake this weekend in Japan and remind all the fans what to expect between Leo and Kameda. All right, guys, the IBF featherweight world champion Angelo 25-1 with 12 knockouts, will make the first defense of his world title against Tomoki Kameda on May 24th, the Intex Osaka Arena in Osaka, Japan. Leo upset the odds when he captured the IBF title in August of late last year by knocking out heavily favored Luis Alberto Lopez in the 10th round. Kameda, only 33 years old, has been fighting in the pros for quite some time. As part of the famous Kameda brothers stable, he captured the WBO bantamweight title in 2013. He would later vacate that title. Kameda would challenge WBC super bantamweight champion Ray Vargas in 2019, but lost a 12-round unanimous decision. In his last fight back in August, Kameda avenged a prior loss when he won a 12-round decision over Larato Domini. But guys, this is an opportunity for the countryman Kameda to become a world champion again. He had a young upstart career. This guy was a superstar and is a superstar in Japan, but he had a lot of hype about him when he entered the pro ranks. He last was a world champion in 2019, so 6 years ago, so you know he is a hungry, seasoned veteran who wants a world title. He has a great opportunity with the champion coming into his homeland. He's gonna have the crowd on his side. He's gonna have the confidence on his side. We know that Angelo Leo has a lot of hype around him as well. The energy about his career, the trajectory. He's been being paired with huge names at 126. He gave an interview this week. They were name dropping Inoue. If Inoue would move up to 26. Before you can think about any future fights, you have to get past a very tough world champion in Kameda. Right now, I want to take a closer look at Kameda's career and see what he's been up to. Guys, Tomoki Kameda is 42-4 with 23 knockouts. Out of 1,812 featherweights in the world, he's ranked number 19. He's fought a total of 337 career pro rounds and carries into the ring a 55% career knockout to win ratio. His adoring fans know him as El Mexicanito, and the 33-year-old Japanese fighter is an orthodox style fighter standing at 5'7" with a 67-inch reach. He resides in Osaka, Japan. We last saw him fight Larato Domini 20-2, won a split in the 12th. Villanueva 22-5, stopped him in the 5th. Domini 19-2, he lost the split in the 12th. Castillo 30-4, stopped him in the 5th. And Encarnacion 19-3, stopped him in the 4th. So the thing about Kameda is he does have power, not necessarily one-punch knockout power, but similar to his opponent, it's volume. He's going to be a pressure forward fighter. This fight, if you guys haven't seen either one of these guys fight before, fight fans, expect it to happen in the phone booth the entire time. Who's going to come out top is going to be the one who's going to make the most of their opponent's mistakes in that firefight. It's going to be interesting to see who takes the center first and sets the tone of the fight first, because from the opening bell, this one's going to be electric. Right now, let's take a closer look at the champion, Angelo Leo. Guys, Leo's 25-1 with 12 knockouts out of 1,812 featherweights in the world. He's ranked number 3. He's fought a total of 165 pro rounds and carries into the ring a 48% career knockout to win ratio. He is the IBF World Featherweight Champion. His adoring fans know him as El Chinito, and the American's a 31-year-old Orthodox fighter, standing at 5'6" with a 68-inch reach. We last saw him fight Luis Alberto Lopez, 30-2, stopped him in the 10th. Baez, 23-5, UD in the 10th. Planea, 29-3, stopped him in the 3rd. Polanco, 20-4, stopped him in the 9th. So like I said, he doesn't have a huge knockout to win ratio, but he's learning to sit down on his punches. 3 out of his last 4 victories are by stoppages. He became a world champion in a fight last fall where he was the underdog and won by 10th round knockout. That knockout went viral. You can't speak it enough how important it is for a fighter to fight confidently. That being such a guy who becomes a world champion, defending it for the first time. He feels going to Japan isn't going to be a problem for him. He has sparred Kameda in the past. They've spoken about it on record. He didn't say how those sparring rounds went. All he said is that they happened a long time ago. When I put these guys side by side, you have to give the ring experience, the round experience to Kameda. He's also going to be the bigger guy, the taller guy. The things that you can't put on paper that you guys don't see listed is the confidence issue, the world champion brush, the way you walk when you have the belt around your waist, and the way you fight when you don't want to lose a belt. All that aside, you'd have to think you have a guy who has the belt versus a guy who wants his belt, and that's going to be the narrative. They're both pressure forward fighters. Like I said, the fight's going to happen really close. It's going to be hard to score a lot of rounds, and I think the winner of this fight is going to be the guy who makes the other guy pay in the close exchanges. They're going to be punching together. They're not going to be jabbing their way to get in. They're going to use their movement, their feet, their head feints to get in, and it's just going to be a firefight. It's going to come down to decision-making, durability, and pretty much a refusal to lose. We're going to see a lot of heart, grit, and each fighter will be tested. Right now, I want to take a closer look at the Las Vegas odds. Guys, it's only Tuesday here in Australia. It's Monday to you Americans. Stay tuned to the channel to the end of the week. I'll be giving you my method of victory bets. I'm going to be giving you my prop of the week, as well as my long parlay. Right now on this video, we're only going to do the money line. Let's see where those odds are. Guys, currently on the money line, Angelo Leo is $1.23, meaning you put $100 on him, you get your money back plus $23. The draw is 16-1. Tomoki Kameda is a $4.75. 100 on him, you get your money back plus $375. So guys, Kameda is close to a 4-1 underdog. Some people were surprised by those odds. You figure he's a hometown guy, former world champion. He has the more ring experience. They're almost the same age. You just got to think boxing is a hard, grueling sport. I feel a lot of those odds have to do with what Kameda's career has looked like, how many rounds he's fought, have we seen the best of him, is he in the twilight of his career versus a guy who just became a world champion, doesn't have as many pro rounds, is he just peaking at the right moment? And I have to agree with those odds. Right now, I'm going to pick my money line. I think we're going to here, and still, I expect Angelo Leo to piggyback off of that experience and that electrifying knockout last August and continue his momentum on becoming a superstar at 126 pounds. Guys, you do not have to agree with me. In the comment section below, let me know, are we gonna hear and still or and new? And if you haven't watched my breakdown, analysis, and prediction of the main event in Doncaster, England this weekend between the ladies, another world title fight at 135 between Harper and Zimmerman, stay tuned to the channel because that's coming up right now.